Good day to one and all. Myself, Dr. Kavitha S. Murugesan, Professor and Head, CSE Department, is glad to give you the 150th Tech Talk of our institution, Vedavyasa Institute of Technology, on the topic Learning and Development Trends in 2023. Let us see the 2023 L&D Trends outline. It includes upskilling and reskilling for the digital workspace, content repurposing, in-app experiences, learning in the moment of need, micro-learning, knowledge-sharing ecosystem, behavioral data, real-time employee feedback. What's reskilling and upskilling for the digital workplace? The need for reskilling of our existing workforce on how to use new digital processes and tools which are necessary for the global competence is highly mandatory. And wide reskilling is the new focus on continuous upskilling. Upskilling means it can be in the form of leadership training, with many organizations aiming to promote from within. Upskilling is very easy to incorporate with the corporate world with the emergence of new online e-learning courses like Udemy and LinkedIn Learning. And there are lot of courses on marketing management, HR management, project management, and upskilling of each and every employee in each and every area of their field of work. So these are the different types of courses offered on LinkedIn Learning. And the general reskilling for learning is given by company culture training, leadership and management training, diversity and inclusion training, role or industry specific training, and compliance training. The company culture training is highly necessary for the key success of the organization because it helps the employees to be strongly held and widely shared set of beliefs to understand the value of the company, the practices of the company, the beliefs and skill sets of each and every person. The leadership and management training allows the employees to enable the participants to learn and develop the skills needed to work in the managerial positions successively for strategic concepts. The diversity and inclusion training helps the employees work with moral and retention values. And we know the role on industry-specific training. The concerned industries-specific training with various methods, technologies, and tools is highly necessary to be updated time in time. And comes the compliance training, where the employee training is mandated by legislations with the legislation bodies, the regulations, and policies. So it helps the employees to provide the knowledge, policies, procedures, and the actions which are necessary for the upliftment of the company in any particular time. The content repurposing is another trend to watch in 2023 because it helps to train the content into multimodal learning content. With modern learning management systems, LMS, and employee training software platforms, it is much easier for the learning and development professionals. The in-app experiences helps for the digital transformation, which is a core theme across the L&D trends, and it continues to be with the in-app experiences. It is having different types of examples with contextual workflow, the interactive walkthroughs, the knowledge bases, the tool tips and beacons, which gives the highlight on new updates, important messages, and valid field inputs. And we have the embedded anonymous surveys also, which allows the employees to give feedback on the current L&D and support contents. The fourth main point is learning in the moment of need. Similar to these in-app experiences, the rise of learning in the moment of need. This allows workforces to become more productive, as instead of spending dedicated time on what-if training and development, they are learning with real-time experiences in the flow of their daily work. This is one of the example of what-ifs in-app guidance. Next comes the most important concept on micro-learning. It is the act of breaking up the L&D course content into small, bite-sized chunks of learning that typically last less than 5 minutes. So here it speaks with some specific research concepts that microlearning can improve the knowledge retention by as much as 80% while also improving the engagement of learners by 50%. Microlearning is a way for L&D teams to get creative with their learning content and can take the form of in-app tooltips or walkthroughs, short videos, daily tasks, and more for the upliftments. The next most important concept is knowledge sharing ecosystem. Knowledge management today is the most important category for the concept of creating, curating, organizing, and sharing important organizational knowledge for the employees to access and find important information. A successful knowledge management strategy starts with companies creating process documentation. The next step in this journey is to organize the content into an easy-to-search internal knowledge base such as an internal wiki. So this is highly most important concept of data science again. So this is one of the self-help widget which has been used in What Effects. Next is the behavioral data. The different types of data that can be collected allows the L&D teams to monitor the progress of learning and development content across their employee training and onboarding. It helps in measuring the training effectiveness on different courses between different teams and on different types of employee training. Creating personalized learning flows by creating employee learning cohorts that group different types of learners into different learning groups. Continuously improve overall L&D content and strategies. Report the impact and influence their L&D strategies have to the development and overall success of an organization back to the C-suite to showcase the value of employee learning. The last most important point is the real-time employee feedback. It is the most important trend that the L&D teams has to create in order to get a better feedback loop between the individual employees and the L&D teams. With the real-time employee feedback, the L&D teams can ask learners for their feedback in short NPS surveys and more in-depth in a long-form answer surveys, which helps the employees to get the clear L&D visuals. This is the new normal in 2023. Hence, the L&Ds will continue to adapt the new normal in 2023, and in order to look forward and beyond, the L&D teams will be in the forefront of adopting to change. And these teams will be tasked with upskilling, reskilling, and developing employees to meet the ever-changing normal to the corporate world. Thank you once again. With the words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. So with these words, I thank for the opportunity given to me. Thank you once again.